makes sense. But let's talk about real quick. We're not going to go too much into this, but for the next 5 minutes, let's talk about some fun stuff of our experiences abroad. Just real quick, people talk about dating and how difficult it would be to be in relationships with someone who doesn't speak the same language as you, or they're from a different culture. So
like this is loaded. Just the way you're saying that, but man, people complain and you can't listen to somebody talk, like you want to hear somebody talking or something. Like, what are you talking about?
That's exactly where I'm going. Yeah, if I can't understand you, I don't have to listen to you. No, but what I was gonna say was, you have these people who say, basically ask questions. How is it, dating wise? And I can say that as an expat, what happens for you, especially if you're a man, this is not necessarily true for women. It depends on the place they're going to and the race of the woman and the nationality. But as an American who happens to be a Black American, like, you have the options of women who are also from other countries as well, who consider themselves expats. And you also have women who are local, right? There's, of course, a desire to want to like know about American culture, or at least a desire to, hang out with someone from America. And things aren't like they used to be, like back many years ago. American culture is pretty much well known. People have YouTube, they watch, they have Instagram. I girls love doing the Cardi B. I can't do that shit. I know girls who could do the Cardi B. And I'm not. That's probably not even a Cardi B thing. But
Vietnamese women know how to whip and nay. It's just, our culture is ubiquitous.
Yeah, you got twerking lounges, in every country, Korea, China, everybody's twerking now. Everyone has a twerking competition. So it's when they see,
results may vary.
yeah, it's not just gonna be the same, guys. It's
yeah.
But when I imagine when they see us more as a representation of the media they consume. That can be good and that can be bad. Earlier we were talking about racism. Of course, we experience racism. You have negative images of Black people that are out there, so of course you're going to have negative perceptions of us. But on the flip side of that, we talked about this in our porn podcast. You also have positive perceptions, and those help out too. And I feel like recently, when I first went abroad, 2012. Things for us were, we're starting to turn a corner. And I would say around 2015, it just seemed like, all right, Black dudes are popular now. They're in. I don't know that now. Again, that depends on the country you're in. But I feel like seeing us a lot more in the media, especially, after Black Panther, RIP to Chadwick Boseman. You kind of had this, there was a lot more positivity given towards us, not necessarily, all of us, but to a certain degree more so than there was in the past. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that must have, maybe that started with Obama. I would say even before Black Panther, especially here in Vietnam, people seem to have a very good feelings about Obama, even though I don't think they agreed with a lot of his politics, but I think they liked his character, which is a lot of Americans the same way, actually, But, him being the president for the world, I think, gave an example of a kind of Black person that exists, right? But that they wouldn't have been privy to earlier, Like I remember going to Cambodia in 2015 and people being like, Obama, like, and it was like and they were like showing me their skin, like, yo, I'm black too, which Cambodian people are not black. They have brownish skin, but it was like, yo, I'm like you know what I mean? Which was interesting. So I think, and Obama came here and ate bún chả, which is a Hanoian food. It's a northern Vietnamese food, which is delicious. But he ate that with Anthony Bourdain. And when he did that, Vietnamese people went crazy. Like, yo, he went to Hanoi and he ate bún chả. Even though I got word on the street from people I know in the embassy that he didn't really eat Vietnamese bún chả because he did not eat the food from that restaurant. He could not eat the food from that restaurant because if something happened to him as a result of eating that food, it would have been an international incident. So he had his chefs come in with their own ingredients, look at how to make it, and make his food side by side with the. But anyway, total side note.
That's actually pretty dope, though. That's a pretty dope little tidbit.
Right? It's good to know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So because of that, and then of course, because of Black Panther, and there's a whole movement of Black intelligentsia. Whether you're talking about Jordan Peele or Issa Rae, and I'm not saying that everybody, all Vietnamese people know who these people are, but I think that wave is being felt. So there is an idea that there are different kinds of Black people besides, I don't know, the baby. The baby is just going to be the stand-in for it. We just like, we just want to break somebody up, or some other rapper or athlete. But I think the there's more of an awareness that we're multi-layered now.
Exactly. And I think that has, also more of us going abroad, I think lends to more people having experiences with us and them saying, oh, wait, you're not like what I saw on TV. Oh, okay. Oh, you're just a regular person. Oh, I see.
Right. Or, God damn, you are extraordinary, sir. I had no idea that they made you an extraordinary.
Well, that's for the other topic in conversation. We go, if you guys want to hear more about our experiences, comment in the chat and maybe we'll do another podcast down the line. But basically, there's also this thing called an expat cheat code where you kind of have a higher quality of life in many ways than you would if you were in the States. You have a more stress-free life, less anxiety, depending on where you are. And so I feel like that's what a lot of us has found is this expat cheat code where you kind of operate, you can get the best of the United States without getting the worst elements or trying your best to minimize how that would affect you. What do you think about that?
I think that's absolutely right. I think and I would take it a step further and to say as Black Americans, we have a double cheat code. So the first cheat code is being expats, more likely than not, making more money than the average local person does. Right? Like our dollar, our value on the market, we're seeing as being more valuable, even if a lot of us are just mediocre, right? So we have that. But then I think having experienced hardship as Black folks, as Black Americans, it can cultivate a certain kind of resilience. And that kind of that resilience makes it a lot easier to deal with adversity, the adversity that comes with, being a stranger in a strange land. Because I felt like a stranger in a strange land in the country that I was raised in. You know what I mean? That I was born and raised in. Well, I was born in Puerto Rico, which is a part of the United States, but I lived in the continental United States since I was 2 years old and have many times felt like I do not belong. So being used to that and coming out and living in Vietnam, the moments when I feel like a stranger or the moments when I feel like there's like some form of culture shock, it's a lot easier for me to roll with. So I think that's like kind of a double cheat. This is kind of like the upside of marginalization is it makes you a little bit tougher.
Yeah, a big point, and this be our final point on this. You know, I remember when I first went to South Korea, I was at a bar, and I was having a conversation with a group of white expats, and by having the conversation, I mean I was listening to them talk while I was drinking on my beer, and all of a sudden the topic switched to racism, and you know they start talking about the racism that they were experienced from Koreans, you know, at their place of work, or you know just in general, and a lot of the things they were talking about, you know, I was listening, I was like, these are things I had to go through on at least a weekly basis back in the states, especially living in Texas. I mean, that was just life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they turned to me and they were like, "Oh, you know, what do you think? What do you think?" And I I was still drinking, so I like had to catch myself. Like,
Was ready.
Well, I think you guys are experiencing a microcosm of, you know, my daily existence. Like it's just because not only do I have to go through those same things here, I've had to go through those similar instances in the States. And so, you know, at least for me, the benefit is I'm in a foreign country, so I can kind of just like let it kind of just roll off my shoulders. Whereas it one of the things that makes it harder, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later, transitioning. One of the things that makes it really hard when I look back on my time in America and I look at America now, that's my country. I was born here, and I felt like a foreigner. And you know, I'm abroad as a foreigner, but I feel more comfortable.
It's crazy, man.
So that's the answer to the question: why did we leave America?
Okay, all right. You ain't gonna talk about infrastructure.